Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I'm going to be going over my family's debt repayment plan. We did recently sell our home, and so we're going to be using the equity that we got from our home sale to pay off a lot of debt, and I'm going to show you how that breaks down here in just a minute. So if that sounds like something you are interested in seeing, then stay tuned. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Emmy. I am 32, I am married, I have two children who are 7 years old and 2 years old, and this is just a channel about our life, how we're trying to get out of debt. This is a huge step, today's video of how we're trying to get out of our debt, and I'm talking over $200,000 worth of debt is where we started at the beginning of this financial journey. And we're just trying to make it, and I feel like this channel is a way for me to stay accountable, to keep track of what I'm doing, any trends in terms of spending and overspending, and how I can do better and how I can help my family reach our financial goals. So if that sounds like something you're interested in following along with, then please feel free to like this video and subscribe. We would love to have you as part of this journey. To all my returning subscribers, hello. I've missed you. Thank you so much for always being you. You're just amazing. Amazing. If you're here, leave me a comment down below so I know you stopped by. Debt. Heavy sigh. Nobody likes to talk about debt, but we're talking about debt today because if you have been following along my past video, we have sold our home. My past video was talking about how the sale was going to come August 21st, and we sold it. It's done. Everything is done. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how we plan on using the equity from our home, and we're going to pay off so much debt. Let me show you guys. Okay, I got this piece of paper here because I don't want to ruin the surprise, but here is our debt payoff plan. First of all, I want to show you how amazing this is. We sold our home for $215,000, which, by the way, is highway robbery. This home was our first home. My husband and I bought it before we had children. It served its purpose as a first home. It got us through the day, but eventually, we had two kids. We were outgrowing the space and we needed to upgrade to something bigger. It was just time. So the fact that our house sold for this much, for the size of the house, the quality of the house, it just amazes me that this was the selling price. What's even more amazing is we bought the home 7 years ago for $110,000. That's what we purchased the home for, $110,000. So we sold our home for about double, right? Already amazing. However, when you sell your home and you use it to pay off the remaining balance of your home loan, and so we weren't sure how much we would get back in terms of after everything was paid off. You guys, we received $105,000 after paying off our home loan. This is insane to me. Like, this is almost the amount that we bought our home for, and we've only lived in that home for 7 years, and in those 7 years we paid off enough on that home to where this was our big fat check that we got after we repaid our home loan. That's just incredible, an incredible amount of money. When that wire hit my bank account, I was like, okay honey, if you're gonna kill me, now's the time. Because I have never seen so much money in our bank account ever. Like never, ever, never. So yeah, with all this money, we're gonna pay off some debt. Let me show you how it's gonna break down. So of course, priority number one with all this money, pay off debt. We have, since the beginning of my channel, eliminated 2 of those debts, which were both credit cards. Those have been gone for, let's see, Capital One credit card has been gone for several months now. And I want to say Wells Fargo, we just paid it off like a month ago. So this month will be the first month where we don't have to pay a credit card payment for that, which is awesome. Anyway, I'm going off track. So the remaining debt that we still owe, we got to pay that off. So first, we got to pay back my mother-in-law. We had an incident at our old home where we had to redo the entire foundation of our home, and it was a big mess. That old home was at the bottom of a hill, and so anytime it rained, all of that drainage just filtered down. There wasn't a drainage system in place, so it just went directly into the foundation, which of course caused the house to slowly sink over time. And that's not good. So we had to pay somebody to basically install these pillars and lift our house up in order for it to not, slowly sink into the ground. And that was a pretty penny, which we did not have at the time. So my mother loaned us the money to do that, and we're gonna pay her back because we should. The next debt we have is the American Express credit card. Now, my previous video, maybe it was 2 videos ago, I told you guys how the American Express credit card just kind of went way out of hand because of several things. First of all, I went kind of in a downward spiral mentally and just quit keeping track of everything. And because I wasn't keeping track of everything, just tap, 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 and that's bad. Combined with, we spent a huge chunk of money on an emergency trip to Japan in order to visit my grandmother before she passed. So plane tickets for 3 people, plus room and board, plus, all those other expenses such as food and all the sightseeing and blah, blah, blah. So it just racked up, just charge it. So we ended up, what used to be paid off at the end of every month now was slipping away. And so this is how much we have to pay off for our credit card balance to be at 0 again. My braces. So I don't know how much the remaining balance of my braces is exactly, but I know it's like $2,000 and some change. I want to say like 2,800 or 2,900, something like that. So I just estimated 3,000 since I don't know that exact number. Doctor bill number 1. So my daughter had to go to the emergency room several months ago because she took a bite out of a plastic spoon and we had no idea where that plastic shard went. So a trip to the emergency room in America is not cheap, and I have been paying down, it was a bigger bill than this, and I've been paying monthly payments on it, and I just want to be rid of it and not have to pay on it anymore. So that's the remaining balance of that bill. And then doctor bill number 2, this was actually a bill I didn't know that we had. After my daughter was born, when I want to say around the 8-month mark or so, we noticed that she started declining in terms of where she should be in her milestones. So we had concerns as to whether she needed some physical therapy, occupational therapy. And so all of those treatments at a facility that we went to, they had to scan her for hip dysplasia. That was a scary thing. They had to take x-rays and all these different things at that facility, and I had no idea that we still had a balance on that. But that pretty bill came in the mail, and that was like a long time ago. Like, I don't know why I'm just now knowing about this bill, but yeah, I don't need no extra debt, so bye, let's get rid of it. My car. I recently bought a new car because my old car died. So here's the loan, the remaining balance of that new car. I'm gonna pay that off. My husband, he has a car. He's had it for a couple years, and so this is the remaining balance on his car. Yeah, and then finally, Disney. We had booked a trip to go to Disney World in Florida, and we were planning on taking the kids in December. Me, my husband, my son, and then my daughter, because she's 2 years old, she gets in for free. So we're working with a travel agent that is a band parent that my husband used to work with. It was at his old school before he got his new position, and she does this sort of thing. She's like a Disney mom, a Disney travel consultant. I'm not sure what the specific name is, but she got us a really good deal on a resort hotel, tickets, and meal plans and all that stuff. So this is the price, what she quoted us. So I want to make sure we pay that. Now, obviously, I know that we need more money for like spending money and any souvenirs and that sort of thing, but this is the balance that we owe her for that trip. So we're gonna say that. All of our debt, comes to $58,739.43. It's a huge chunk, but it's gone. It's gonna be gone. I'm so excited. Okay, next priority. That would be sinking funds. Several months ago, when all of this stuff was happening, I was going through a downward spiral and we had to go visit my dying grandmother. All of these things contributed to, holy crap, where are we gonna get all of our money from? How are we gonna pay for any of this? And so I had to take money from all of our sinking funds, and we are left with a zero balance in every single cube account, in every single savings account. It's all gone, and we're starting over from zero. So since we have all of this fun money that we can play with, let's replenish from what I took. I'm not only going to replenish the amount that I took, but I also want to fully fund all of my sinking funds. So first is a new sinking fund is going to be family fun. Oh, I'm sorry that the camera is shaking. Hang on. Hopefully the camera won't shake anymore, but I used to have a category called entertainment, and I use that sort of as the family fun. Really what the entertainment is, it is family fun. Anytime we went to the movies or went to a trampoline park or got ice cream, we would use money from here. So I thought renaming entertainment to family fun just made more sense. And I think we should always have $250 in that account. That is more than enough money to do whatever it is we want to do during a month. Next sinking fund is car maintenance. I thought $3,000 would be enough, just as sort of a starting point in case anything major breaks in our cars, needs new tires, things like that. I thought $3,000 would be a good amount there. Gifts, this is like for birthdays or different events like Mother's Day, Father's Day. I think $200 is a good balance to have in there. For health, because all of these doctor bills have been creeping up on me, I think it's essential to have $1,000 in there just in case a surprise doctor visit has to happen. You never know with those sorts of things, and I felt like we were always dipping into our health sinking fund, so I want to always have $1,000 in there. Car taxes, this is so we get our car tags renewed every year. I'm not quite sure how much my car tax is going to be because I haven't had to pay those yet since I purchased my car, but I know my husband is around like 170 or so. So this is very much an overestimate, but I just wanted to be prepared. So 500. And of course, once I know how much my car tax is, I'll be able to adjust accordingly. Kitty cat. I think $300 is an appropriate amount to keep in his sinking fund. His cat food we purchase maybe once a month. We get like a pretty big bag plus some treats and those sorts of things. And that usually ends up being about $50 a month. But there's times where he needs to make those vet visits, or he has a self-cleaning litter box that is basically like a toilet. It's amazing. So when he goes to the bathroom, it cleans itself, like it's a washable granule system. Because that thing is such a really cool luxury item, maintenance parts, sometimes if we need to buy more soap for the machine washable granules, to buy more granules, And recently we had a couple things break where replacement parts were like $30. You know, little bits and bobs. I think $300 might be enough for food, litter box, surprise vet visits, things like that. Christmas. I feel like $1,000 is what we shoot to have for Christmas every year. So I want to go ahead and fully fund that. Personal care, this includes my husband's haircuts, my son's haircuts, and anything that we want to do that we consider is like being self-care. For example, getting a massage, or if I get my nails done, which I did, look how cute. Those sorts of things comes out of personal care. And I feel like $300 a month, that's probably more than enough for all of those things. It's not like we're going and getting massages 3 times a month type thing. So we got money, but we ain't got that much money. So $300 there. Household, I think $250 is sufficient to always have in there just for things around the house. A travel fund. We want to have a travel fund to where we can go do smaller trips. So of course we are having that Disney trip planned, but this is for like if we want a little weekend getaway somewhere close by. I feel like $3,000 is sufficient for weekend getaways, those sorts of things. Clothes, $500. I know that seems like a lot, and when I was writing the number down, I thought so too. But I work in a corporate environment, and my husband is a teacher, and he's also expected to dress, you know, professionally. So my husband and I don't buy clothes for ourselves a lot, but when we do, we have to buy like really nice, expensive clothes. Like it's not like we're going to buy t-shirts, you know what I mean? So one shopping trip of my husband replenishing his wardrobe could end up being like $250. And so I think $500 is good for a monthly amount in case we need to buy clothes for him and my son. You know, you never know, things like that. And then the last category I want is kids/school. So I did have just a kids sinking fund, but then I was having trouble deciding whether to use money from the entertainment sinking fund, now family fun, or the kids. Like if we went and took them to a trampoline park, for example, would that be kids or would that be family fun? Which one? So I wanted to be a little more specific. This is going to be school fees and school related things only. So back to school shopping, if they need to buy a yearbook, school pictures, field trip fees, those sorts of things. I think $200 would be good for that every month. And the plan is, this is what the cap should be. And then anytime we spend out of it, I would like for us to replenish what we spend. But this is, in my opinion, a fully funded set of sinking funds. And that ends up being $10,500. So the next category that we felt was important is a mutual fund. We would like to set up a mutual fund, some sort of savings account. We thought $20,000 would be a good start. This is going to be one of those savings accounts where you receive interest over time. And of course, like the more money you put in that savings account, the higher your interest is going to be. And this in turn is going to be in addition to our retirement. It's going to be the wealth that we hope to accumulate, you know, pass down to our children, those sorts of things. So we're going to put $20,000 away there. And our final category is things for the new house. So there are a couple of things with our remaining money that we would like to purchase. And I know these things are very much unnecessary, so we don't have to do these things. It's why it's at the bottom of the priority list, but we have the money to do them, so I would like to do them. We would like to refurnish our living room. Currently, most of our furniture, I want to say like 99% of our furniture, they're hand-me-downs. They're things that my parents gave me. They're things that my husband's parents gave him, and I'm talking like gave us when we were in college. We weren't even together yet, type of thing. Our couches, we've had them for 10 years. And then my mother-in-law, she had them for even longer. They still look okay. They still work fine. They're like reclinable seats and stuff. But like, I don't know, I'm 32 years old. There's something about wanting to buy something for myself. Like, I had to buy a fridge for this new home because the previous owner did not leave the fridge for us. And man, did it feel good when I was like, I'm gonna buy a brand new thing. Like, this is going to be something that I'm buying for myself. This wasn't a used item. This wasn't a broken hand-me-down from someone else. Like, I bought this myself and it felt really good. So we deserve this. We have the extra money. I feel like we can get new couches, maybe a chair, a rug, an area rug would be nice. That's really all I can think of because we have pretty much everything else. Oh, sound system. My husband did want a sound bar. So that, I think $5,000 is enough. I have no idea because like I said, I've never bought something for myself before. It's always been hand-me-downs. So leave me a comment if you know that I'm completely off base with any of these estimates because I really don't know. But I felt like couches and a sound bar, an area rug can't be more than 5,000, can it? I hope not. Okay, next is the master bedroom. So again, my husband and I have a hand-me-down bed with a hand-me-down mattress, which is gross and disgusting. And not to mention, this bed is a queen size bed, which I know beggars can't be choosers, that's fine, but we really need a king size bed. Okay, we don't need a king size bed, but it would be nice to have a king size bed just to have that extra room, that extra space, and to have a nice headboard and just a bedroom set that matches it. The dresser that we have one dresser and then one smaller dresser that like is used for a vanity purposes, but there's no mirror. So we put our TV on top of that dresser. But the problem is the dresser that I use, plus that small dresser that the TV sits on top of, they do not match. They're two separate things, but they were hand-me-downs, so beggars can't be choosers. But we've had them for a very long time. So I would really, really like a matching set, something that is cohesive and makes sense. And again, I don't know if $4,000 is enough, but I hope it is for a decent bedroom set. I don't need anything too fancy. Is it too much to ask that I just want it to match? Okay, I just want it to match. All right, and then finally, just miscellaneous decor around the house. We have a lot of things. We have lots of paintings that we used to decorate our old home with. We also have like pictures of our family, those sorts of things. Like, I'm not too concerned about that, but I would like to include a little bit of decor as far as maybe like a lamp on an end table in the living room, or maybe I want a new painting somewhere, plants, vases, all that stuff, and just sporadic little things here and there. I don't think we need much, but the funds are here, so let's allocate $1,000 for it. Altogether, things for the house comes to $10,000. So if I add up all of our debt, all of the sinking funds, the mutual fund amount we would like to create, and things for the house, our grand total is $99,239.43. Subtracting that from the big fat check we received from selling our home, we have $5,760.57 left over, which is a great spot to be in. That means we have a little bit of flexibility if we realize that maybe I left out a category here or add more money into our mutual fund. I do want to give this leftover money a purpose. I don't want it just sitting there because it will get spent on junk, things that we don't need. So I need a purpose for this money. I'm still trying to figure out what that purpose is, but the fact that we're able to achieve all of the goals that I wanted to achieve and still have money left over, it's a dream. It's a great situation to be in, and I'm so grateful that we're in this position. So if you must know, my friends, after all is said and done, we will be consumer debt free. Consumer debt free. Can you believe that? That means the only debt we have to our name is this new home, student loans. That's it. That's all of our debt. That's incredible. The student loans are going to begin October 1st. That's when they start back up. I have no idea how much those payments are going to be. I haven't thought about student loans in years. And my husband owes more money than I do because he went back to school to get his master's. So we have a lot of student loans to pay off still, but that's okay. We paid off other stuff. So I feel good with student loans and a mortgage. That's literally the only debt we have. Those are the only bills we would be paying. Like, what a dream. What a dream. I can't believe it. So that's it, guys. That's the plan. That's what we gonna do. We got the money. It's in our bank account. We are going to implement this, and it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be great, and I'm so proud of me. We did it. We did it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please like it. And if you want to see more videos like this, please, I encourage you to subscribe. We have some fun. We talk, we chat, we do things, we live life. I love you guys so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.